This plugin of the week, we're going to talk about a plugin that is instant awesome. Just one click button and your vocals are perfect.
I'm just going to press it.
What would you do that for? This is precision equipment designed by people with engineering degrees. It will work. I pressed it, sir. I pressed the button.
Now let's really put it to the test. Let's not just take the word of the marketing department for this stuff, but let's actually tap in with this week's Radium POW. I'm going to be checking out Neutron 4 from Izotope and showing you guys some vocals and what it can do on vocals. Let's get into it. First of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Radium POW and for all the comments, love, sharing the show. It means so much to me. Take a lot of time and commit a lot of effort to these shows. So I want to make sure you guys are getting a lot out of it. If you are, drop a comment, like it, do all that fun YouTube stuff. I'm going to show you a song that I actually just finished up and is coming out at the end of this month by Josh Rose here at Radium Records. And I'm really excited about this record. It's actually really, really dope. We tracked live drums for this with Jeff Friedel, who's a legendary drummer that I've worked with for years, and guitars and bass, and yeah, it's been over a year that we took on this record. So I'm going to play the verse 2 with what I have on the mix, and then we're going to replace what I have on the mix with Neutron 4, and that's it. All right, so check this out. Here's verse 2.
It's getting harder now that I've got skin in this game. The sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly, but she could give a damn about me. She'll leave me lonely, 'cause she's so better off without me.
All right, that's all you get. Song comes out at the end of this month. You guys have to, I'm going to drop a link right here to pre-save it. It's going to be killer. It's an awesome track. Now, what I have on Josh's vocals is Autotune Pro, just barely touching it, right? I'm at a retune speed of 25 with Flex Tune on. Got a Pro Q3, cleaning up just a little bit of that. Ooh, that chesty, boomy stuff he's got going on. And I'm doing some really top sparkle at 30K, which is, pretty fun. LA2A Gray from UAD. Love this LA2A. It's incredible. It's super musical. Pro DS, doing some DSing. He's got a lot of sibilance. Lexicon 224, which is one of my favorite reverbs for this kind of style, kind of 80s throwback kind of vibes. Amazing, nice little splash. I'm sending to some vocal verb and fattening. The vocal verb is Altiverb, and I have a very short, looks like a 246 in Cathedral. All right, so that's that. Pro Q3 dipping out the center because I want the lead vocal to take up the center and the mid-range. I don't want the reverb to be coming back on top of it and adding those frequencies back in. And again, you see me often, I'm going to dip out that 2K range. I just don't like it. It's not soft and subtle and nice and vibey for me, 2K. And then I have a fattening chain. Now, if you guys want some of these chains, I have a Pro Tools producer pack as well. Click the link in the description, pick it up. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything, just saying, if you want the cheat codes, you want to get there quicker, you can pick up the pack. That's what I got on the vocal now. I duplicated the track, and I'm going to just pop Neutron 4 down here, okay? And I'm going to keep the Autotune Pro on just because it's just doing some light tuning. Now in Neutron 4, there's this little button here that is basically saying, hey, play the audio and we're going to listen to it with our AI technology. We're going to figure out what it is and we're going to give you some settings to start with, okay? Let's check it out. Let's see what it does on this verse 2. Same exact vocal. Let's go.
It's getting harder now that I've got skin.
Now this plugin is so heavy with that learning process that it literally craps out my Pro Tools and it just will not do it. It will not listen. It won't learn the vocal. I would have to bypass a bunch of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to give you that warning right away. Like, this is a heavy plugin, especially if you're using the automatic mode.
It's getting harder now that I've got skin in this game. The sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing.
Now it's gone through the learning process, which, like I said, heavy plugin. It literally would not do this unless I bypassed all the master effects, okay? Master bus stuff. First of all, this is interesting to me is that it has a 50% on this. So it looks like it's actually giving you a tone, like dialing in the tone only 50% on this, okay? There's a bunch of other stuff. There's punch, there's distort, and there's width. This is kind of confusing, like the way that they have it laid out. I see a tone match, I see punch, I see distortion, I see width. So you got to go to this box here, and you got sculptor, equalizer, compressor, 1 and 2, and then an exciter. So it looks like it threw a whole chain on here. So sculptor, EQ. This EQ looks pretty crazy, but let's check it out. Let's listen. Let's see what it did.
It's getting harder now. Now that I've got skin in this game, the sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins.
All right, so real quick, guys, let me know in the comments, like, do you like my vocal mix better, or do you like the Neutron automatic? Okay, I'm gonna play mine, and I'm gonna play the Neutron automatic, and then we're gonna bounce back and forth, and then let's talk about the issues that are coming up with the Neutron 4 and like what it's doing automatically that I just hate. And then we'll adjust. All right, but here's my original vocal mix. Here we go.
It's getting harder now. Now that I've got skin in this game, the sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly. Getting harder now. Now that I've got skin in this game, the sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly.
Okay, so there you have it. That's the AB. Now let's talk about what this thing is doing. But I want to know in the comments, like, you guys like my mix chain better than the Neutron 4 and what it spit out, or do you like the Neutron 4 better? And I try to gain match it as well. So let me know in the comments. I really am like very curious to know what you guys think. Here's what I think about it. I think way too much top end. I think the exciting is actually giving it too much sibilance and too much harshness at the top. And I'm really not liking that part of it. So what I would do with this is I would use Neutron 4 as a bit of a tool to show me kind of like maybe some problem areas in my EQ. Like it's saying, hey, you should bring up more body. And then it's saying, hey, look, you got this peakiness at 822 and you got a peakiness here at 5400, which I don't know if I agree with that at all, right? But I think it's doing too much. So what I would do automatically with this is I would bring this stuff down, right? I don't need that. And I would bring this back up a little bit. I like that it's taking care of that 822. I think that that's probably a boxy kind of nasally area. The 5400, I don't know if I agree with that, but I think it's what it's trying to do is it's trying to DS there. And it doesn't really need to DS if we can just move this up. That's what I would do here. I would change this analog shelf to a Baxendal. A Baxendal is basically a slow, steady incline instead of like a curve, right? You know what I mean? So it's just going like that, and it just keeps going up. So I'm going to do that instead, and I'm going to go really high up. Okay, because that's what I was doing on the original vocal. The sculpture, I'm not really sure what it's doing, but I know that I don't want that much tone. And tone to me usually means that 2K area that I don't really like. Okay, so let's do that. We're backing off on that. Compressor, we'll check that out as we listen. And this is a multi-band compressor, so we'll check that out as well. The exciter, I know for sure I am wanting to tone that down and maybe even take the mix down. Now let's check it out after I've made these adjustments.
Getting harder now. Now that I've got skin in this game, the sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly. She could give a damn about me. She'll leave me lonely, 'cause she's so better off without me.
Cool. Now let's A/B it against my chain and see that this is replacing 1, 2, 3 plugins. I mean, might be better, right? Let's check it out. So here is my original here.
It's getting harder now. Now that I've got skin in this game, the sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly. It's getting hotter now that I've got skin in this game. The sweat is pouring down, and I can feel her poison in my veins. She's killing me slowly.
All right, what do you guys think? For me, I feel like the Neutron 4 is just a little too harsh. It feels digital, it feels harsh. The high mids feel like kind of too like sizzly and not a very pleasing analog warm way. And what I have here with just this, like I'm not doing much here, you know? I mean, this is what this is doing, like very little there, a little bit of compression and some de-essing, right? And then the Neutron is coming in and it's like, yo, you know what we need? We need some sculpture, we need some EQ. I mean, you saw what it started with. We need compression, 2 compressors. We need one doing multiband, one doing, I mean, this is multiband as well. And then we need an exciter, pushing a bunch of excitement in there. Like, bro, just chill out. All right, so what do you guys think? If you like this video, you like the content, share it, please share the show. And make sure you sub to the channel because I'm going to keep dropping heat for you guys. Neutron 4, that's the plugin, just on vocals. I'm not going into depth on this thing. You guys want the manual, go read the manual. That's it. Like, it's so easy. I mean, Izotope's got the training videos online. I'm not here to do that with you guys. So I'll see you next time, guys.